Hello, I'm Starlight Flux.
Matt Smith.
He's Fault Breccia, he just won't flipping admit it. And this is the review stroke reaction. Well, the reaction's down in the description if you want to see that. But we're just going to give our post-reaction review to this. And, well, do you want to go first?
No, I'll let you go first on this one.
Right, well, this is an interesting episode. I mean, the Cutie-Mark Crusaders are actually being part of the school, and it may actually give them a use in the show, because the thing is, when I say that, is that ever since they've essentially had their cutie marks, they haven't really been that involved in the plotline of the show for a while, and now they're basically essentially tutors. There could be a lot of more interaction in between them and the new students, so we may actually get to see more Cutie-Mark Crusader episodes now, so
which is good for me.
Which is good, because I kind of was wondering what they were going to be going and doing with them now.
To be honest, I was wondering what they were doing with Starlight Glimmer. They've just kind of gone.
Well, yeah, well.
They pushed her aside, you know, Glimmer, you're not good enough. Let's just bring in the Cutie-Mark Crusaders. There you go.
Yeah, well, to be fair, she did kind of help solve some of it, because, you know, by being the guidance counselor.
I think that might be the first appearance of Starlight Glimmer I've seen this entire series.
Actually, no. There was the first episode.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm forgetting. Yes, Best Gay Horse and her. Yeah, of course.
Wait, what? Oh,
Best
yeah.
Gay Horse.
Oh, wait, what?
Best Gay Horse.
What, you mean?
I mean,
there's lots of them in this show.
Yes, I know, there are a lot of good gay horses. Now, I'm being Sunburst.
Oh, you mean...
Sunburst Glimmer episode. I forgot about that.
Oh, right, okay.
Best Gay Horse. How could I forget him? He's cute. He's very cute. Anyway,
anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it was interesting how we wanted to be part of it. I think, but the whole honorary diploma thing, yeah, I could see that.
Well, that's a common thing for university.
Yeah, honorary diploma.
I mean, if you look at it, I mean, even Clarkson has had one.
Yeah, but I've never really seen. I mean, I don't really understand the point of honorary degree. I've never understood why.
The thing is, he's not got an honorary degree. He's got an honorary doctorate of engineering.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. He doesn't seem to be the engineering type of person. So this is what I mean. They just seem to be given to people who are famous nature, just so they can basically tout this, or at least advertise the flipping universities.
I mean, he seems to just be about power. Anyway, we're getting really off topic.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short. Yeah. So, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the episode will end, I would say it's about. It wasn't absolutely. I wouldn't say it was a boring episode. It was still, it was an entertaining one. So I would say it was about 8.
Really? I'd say predictable.
Well,
different way.
Well,
different
I wouldn't say it was that predictable, because why it did go the way you thought it was. It did sort of pull you away from that direction. So I'd say it wasn't that predictable, because you. Because you didn't expect it. You did change your mind halfway through the reaction, by the way.
I know I did change. I changed mine slightly, but I was still like, oh yeah, they pull it in the same direction I thought they were going to go into.
Yeah,
which was, I mean, problem is though, we're 20-odd-year-olds discussing a show about pastel-coloured horses aimed at 10-year-olds.
That's what I'm basically saying. Yeah.
Which means obviously for us it probably is predictable, but to
that's why I was saying
probably isn't.
Well, I mean, okay, I mean, admittedly, so it was a bit more predictable than. The thing is, I've given high scores for not so well for other predictable episodes, and I think just because something can be predictable doesn't mean it isn't a bad episode. It just means that you've seen certain tropes before. So
I'm not saying it's a terrible episode. I'm far from it.
Yeah, so if you're just judging it on the episode alone,
if I'm judging it on the episode alone, I'll say it was bad average. I'll call it about 6. I'd say it was an average episode. Good episode. But I'd say there's better out there.
Okay, I would say I'm probably.
You've already said 8, so. Yeah.
I would actually, thinking about it, I would lower it down to a 7. Thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6.
It's a bit of a filler episode, but it's still.
If it was less predictable, it would be better. I think personally, the last episode was better with Spike because it actually had a proper message that was relevant to the original audience back in 2010. Whereas this episode wasn't as current and it wasn't as, I believe, relevant to.
Well, I
the
suppose
current audience.
in that regard,
Which
it
is why
is a bit of a filler episode. So I think maybe. Okay, maybe 6. I mean, we're still ironing out this like score system anyway, but you know.
Shall we do a Doug's score style thing? Starting with the weekend category in styling, I think it was a brilliantly styled episode.
Well,
No, I'm kidding. I'm not going through that.
no. Well, I'll just say so, and you'll say 6.
Yeah, I'm going to say 6. You say
Okay,
7.
so do you want to give your? I mean, you haven't given your. Really on
Well,
that,
like I
so.
say, I think it was very predictable. But then again, we're 20-year-olds talking about a kids show.
Well, to be fair, I kind of saw how the Spike episode was going to go when I first saw it, which made that a little bit predictable for me. But
I mean, I saw where it was going, but like I say, the predictability is not, as you said, it's not necessarily a detriment.
Yeah.
Because although the Spike episode was predictable, the message was important. The message wasn't as important in this one, I don't think. I mean,
I'm not even entirely sure what the message really was in this.
I think it was don't do the wrong thing for the right reason.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. You know, you can. I have done the wrong thing for the right reason before. We've all done it.
We've all done it, which makes it quite a relatable one.
It's
Hence the reason why I went to 7, 8 sort of. Because I would say about 7 because I think it, as you say, it was a little bit predictable. Hence the reason why I didn't give it 8.
Yeah, I like I say, because of the predictability and how predictable it was, and you know, giving them a message, I don't think the audience would necessarily pick it up at first glance.
Okay.
So that's why I give it a 6. It's not an obvious, not a completely obvious, you know, message.
It is a more subtle message, but I think it is an important one. But
It's important, but not as relevant and important as the last one.
Okay, yeah, I would say
going through puberty, obviously puberty.
Well,
very
going
confusing
through any
time.
changes at all throughout your life can be confusing, frustrating. So you know,
with me graduating through university, it's going to be a real shock to the system next year.
Yeah, I know what he's going to have to put up with because I went through that. I'm now in a job. I have a career. He doesn't yet. He does not know what he's got in for.
No, I'm expecting. Yeah, I'm going to be reining in. Yeah, all the money. No, no, I'm not.
But anyway, yeah. So I think, as you said,
I think overall it was a good episode, but I'd call it average. Personally, just because of where I saw where it was going.
I mean, I think part of that is because it's coming straight off the Spike episode, which was a very important one. It's like the Princess Spike right after Slice of Life. You know, it's like that was like down.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, as of the time of this recording, I've only just seen the Spike episode of what was it, Malt Down or whatever it was. I've only just seen that, so Malt Down is fresh in our minds.
Yeah.
From
the reason why we're probably talking about it.
It's probably why we're probably talking this episode down for some reason. I will say though, I do, with your point you raised in about CMC.
Yeah.
I liked what they were doing with guidance counselling was it last season? Yeah, it was last season. I liked what they were doing with guidance counselling. I think they could have done more with that. I think they've moved them on for me too quickly onto proper, you know.
Yeah, well,
tutors.
to be fair, that's kind of happened with Starlight.
And I think it's happened far too early with Twilight, but that's an entirely different story. We're not touching that.
But the show generally does move them on to new ideas because they've obviously tried it and think, yeah, this is not working out, or we find the sort of storylines we can actually come about from it. Yeah, but the trouble is, it gets to a point where I think, okay, how many stories can we actually use this sort of this sort of,
Yeah, you can't cookie cutter a same episode. Otherwise, we'd say it's terrible. It's just the same as that one.
Yeah, well, that's essentially what happened with one of the previous episodes. Anyway, I think that we've rambled on enough about previous episodes in this episode. So, Starlight Flux,
coat hanger.